Hi, Mom.
We made it. That was the most painful experience I've had all week. Trying to get live here today. Holy cow. It's all Jason's fault for not being here and looking after things.
Yeah. Way to go, Leons.
Well, yeah. No kidding. How dare he go make money? Well, we made it. Barely, but we are here. So nice to be back here at the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. My friend Danny Cocciamelio joining me. And the Sarnia Sting taking on Windsor, who are like 27, 10, and 5, I think, if I have my numbers correct. Boy, lots to talk about with what's happening, or rather what's not happening with the Sarnia Sting. Jamison Reese off for, I believe I heard 6 games from the head check or the contact that was made there last week after being off and then back on for 11 minutes and 51 seconds. And they said bye-bye to him. And now Jacob Perreault is off for 2-game suspension, apparently for abuse to the officials.
So what I get out of all that is frustration. You can see it from the head coach, from the head coach right down to the bench warmers. It's all frustration. People are not pulling up their socks and doing their jobs.
Yeah.
And when the best player in the team is complaining so hard that lets all his frustration and anger out on the officials, they're not going to stand for it. They're going to put him in his place, and rightfully so for the amount of content that we're not allowed to see on this show.
Right.
Yeah, it's frustrating to see that your team's not pulling in as many victories as they should. They didn't get that lucky bounce, or they didn't get that call. And, when a player gets frustrated to that level, they need to walk away. And, instead of walking away, the refs made them walk away. So,
and this, I don't know. I've been thinking about this all day, about how I was going to talk about this, right? Because you get that one frustration, of course, like you're talking about, but then one frustration leads to another frustration, to another, to another, to another. The frustration has been, they've been such a roller coaster every year, up and down, winning against teams like Oshawa, who was the number 1 team, but then coming back and losing to a horrible team. Like, there's just no consistency at all, it seems to be happening here. And then the frustration, and you can sense it after the game. You can walk around. You can, I go downstairs and post-game interviews. You can sense it, I will say this still. Darian Hatcher came out last week. I should have brought the interview. It's on our Facebook page if you want to see it.
I watched it, yeah.
And that's the first time we've talked to him all season. And he came out and he basically was asked, what's the message here? And his response was, you got 24 hours to take a day off, and then when you come back, you're going to dig in and play, or you can let us know and you won't play. That's the message. And a very
clear message.
Very clear message.
Yes.
And a very sad Darian Hatcher when you watch that interview. I mean, he's standing there, he's like, well, and he talked about, the discipline, or the confidence, I should say. He talked about he says, we're lacking a lot of confidence. And then that shows. He said, defense, I'll try to quote him as verbatim as I can. He basically said, defense are taking risks they don't need to take. Our forwards aren't coming back when they're supposed to, and our goalies aren't saving the goals when we need them to. And that comes from Darian Hatcher. So when the head coach is coming out and saying that, what's the message there? Well,
the look on his face was pretty much a mix between pure disgust and frustration.
Yeah.
Like you could bring a horse to water, it doesn't mean he's going to drink.
Well,
right?
It's kind of like...
he brought his team to the ice, and he wants them to perform the way he coaches them to perform.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's frustrating on the coach. It's frustrating on the players because, like I said before, they need that gel. They need to play together as one. No single player is going to ever win this game.
No.
It's you're not playing golf. You're playing hockey.
Yeah. And what else can we say about it, right?
Yeah.
Darian Hatcher pretty much said it, being honest with us and with the team, and he's right. I mean, a lot of people always say, it's the coaching staff. Wait a minute. Fire the coaching staff. Yeah. I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I think, is there leadership in the room? I think so. And then you've got somebody like a Ryan McGregor. You want to talk about, he's got to be frustrated.
Yeah.
And guys like Sean Jostling, who are lead roles on the ice and in the locker room. And they're trying to handle those things, again, both on and off the ice. And they are good at what they've been coming out and performing for this team. And so when other things happen, that's got it. So they're just surrounded by frustration right now. So I guess we'll see if they take the frustration out on the Windsor Spitfires tonight. Again, a top team. And coming into the rest of the season, this Sarnia Sting team is going to be playing top teams. So they better have something ready out there.
They need a fresh face in there to inspire and lead.
Yeah.
So sometimes a fresh face in there can help out guys in a slump. It's happened in the past. I'm not saying get rid of your best players. I'm just saying get a new guy in there to freshen everything up. So you're here for your job,
Kind of like back to Darian Hatcher. Do your job. That's what you're here to do. Some of the scratches tonight. Ashton Reese are still off. Nolan Dillingham is still off. Jamison Reese, of course, off. Jacob Perreault, we talked about. Ty Voigt is off tonight as well.
Boy, that's one of my favorite players.
So, you know what? And he's been showing up out there. And another, we talk about strong players. Somebody new to this part of the arena and doing well for us. So I don't know what's happened there. I always guess injury, but if we find out, we'll let everybody know. Let's shift gears here for just a minute. Let's, because I know you're a big fan of basketball, and it's all over Twitter and everything right now.
It's a sad day in the world today. One of the top three, in my personal opinion, one of the top three basketball players to ever hit the courts today died in a tragic helicopter crash in Southern California. Kobe Bryant, 41 years of age, along with, I believe it was 5 in total that was in the helicopter. Don't know a lot of the details of what happened, but our thoughts and prayers are with Kobe Bryant's family and all the other people that were involved.
Yeah, everybody's talking about him, but we don't want to forget about everybody else involved in that as well. And sad day. It's one of those things we talked before we went on camera here. It's one of those things you just don't see coming, right? And blessings all up to all the families, to the players and the people involved. Kevin Hart on Twitter, who was close with them apparently, said, "Man, I just saw you. Like, this doesn't seem right at all." But
hug those loved ones close to you every day. Make sure you tell them you love them, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. That's for sure.
Yeah. Here I am trying to see. I need Jason. Jason, where are you? That's what I've been trying to do. I don't even know if I was doing it right before.
Kobe Bryant. There's always, like, whenever he's on, like, the Jimmy Kimmel show or the late night show, whatever. There's always or Jimmy Fallon. There's always they always have a fun little episode of who's the best basketball player in the world, and even Kobe Bryant said Michael Jordan will always be the number one basketball player that's ever played.
There you go.
And then it's a toss-up between LeBron James or Kobe Bryant. So, in my opinion, they're tied for second, because in my opinion, Michael Jordan.
I would like to see Kevin Hart out on the basketball on the hardwood against, like, Michael Jordan. Just for fun.
You got to see Kevin Hart throw 3-pointers. He actually shocked the world. He was at a 3-point competition, and he actually tied an NBA player.
Wow.
Yeah.
And knowing Kevin Hart the way I do of following him, he'll be telling everybody how great he is.
Yes.
Awesome. All right, well, the Sarnia Sting are out on the ice to take on the Windsor Spitfires. We'll be back after first period to hopefully give you some positive news. Danny Cochamilio is here joining me today. Jay Peckham is here selling Chuck-a-Pucks for St. Francis Advocate. So if you are here, get over and get those Chuck-a-Pucks. And, of course, as always, follow us everywhere on Facebook and Twitter. And check out our group, Sports Scenario, for some updates to other sports as well. So there we go. I think I got it right this time. For the show live on location, I'm David Broza, my friend Danny Cochamilio. We will talk to you soon.